You know a game is built different when it doesn't just entertain you, when it actually introduces you to an entire world you didn't even know existed. Not like, oh, that was fun, introduces you. I mean genuinely opens a door in your brain that was never open before, and now it cannot be closed, and you are a different person on the other side of it. That's what Def Jam Fight for New York did to me. But before we get into the game, I gotta talk about my older brother for a second. My older brother was a breakdancer, which already tells you everything you need to know about him. This man moved through life with a specific energy. The type of person who hears any music anywhere and immediately starts nodding. The type who had opinions about beats, who knew producers by name, who could tell you exactly what was sampled in the track and why it was genius. And you would stand there going, I just wanted to know if this song was good or not, but okay. Everything that had to do with music, he was there, he was locked in, he was the authority. And one day he handed me Def Jam Fight for New York and said, play this. So I played it, and my entire relationship with rap music changed forever, which is a lot of responsibility for a PlayStation 2 fighting game, but here we are. Now Def Jam Fight for New York is a fighting game set in the hip-hop underground scene in New York. You create your own character, a fighter trying to make a name for themselves in the city. And you work your way up through venues, building a reputation, making alliances, and fighting increasingly dangerous opponents until you reach the top. A simple concept, but an absolute unhinged execution, because the roster of the game, the roster. Snoop Dogg is in the game, just standing there, fully rendered, ready to fight you at the end of the game. Busta Rhymes is in the game, Method Man, Ludacris, Flavor Flav is in the game. Like, whoa, I need to stop and acknowledge something. Sorry, I just remembered that Fat Joe is also in the game, and I completely lost my train of thoughts for a second. Fat Joe in a fighting game on PlayStation 2. The early 2000s were a completely lawless era, and I mean that as the highest possible compliment. Okay, where was I? Right, the roster. I went into this game knowing basically none of these people. I was young, my rap knowledge was limited. I was a fetus when it came to this shit, basically. And suddenly I'm in a game with what feels like the entire East Coast rap scene rendered in PlayStation 2 graphics, looking at me like, you wanna go? So I started fighting them, and then I started looking them up, and then I started listening to their music, and then suddenly I had opinions about rap. I was recommending albums, I was having conversations about artists. I had become a person with taste in a genre I didn't even know I liked 3 weeks earlier. A PlayStation 2 fighting game gave me a music education my school could never, and the fighting itself is genuinely great. You pick a fighting style where you build your character. There's boxing, kickboxing, street fighting, martial arts, wrestling, and you can mix and match styles as you progress, which means your fighter becomes this complete, unique combo of the techniques that feels personal, like you built something. I chose street fighting and kickboxing because I wanted my character to look like someone who learned to fight in circumstances that were not ideal, which is a very specific energy, but the game supported it completely. The venues in the game are incredible as well. You're not just fighting in a generic arena, you're fighting in a club, on a rooftop, in a parking garage, in a stadium. Every location has its own atmosphere, its own crowd, its own energy, and the crowd reacts. They move, they cheer, they get involved. Some venues have interactive elements where you can throw opponents into the crowd or into environmental objects. I threw someone into a speaker stack during a concert venue fight, and the crowd went absolutely loco, and I felt like the main character in New York City for approximately 4 seconds. Unmatched feelings. I could never recreate this shit, and the career mode pulled me all the way through. The story kept escalating, the opponents kept getting harder, the stakes kept going up. I finished the whole thing, every fight, every venue, every cutscene featuring a rapper delivering lines with the acting energy of someone who was told on the day what a script was. I say that with full love and respect though. These are musicians, not actors. Snoop Dogg in this game acts like Snoop Dogg in real life, which is to say completely unbothered by everything happening around him, and somehow that's perfect. My older brother put me onto this game and accidentally made me a rap fan in the process. He was just trying to show me a good fighting game. He had no idea what he was starting, and honestly, best thing he ever did to me. Better than any life advice, better than any lesson, better than the types of abuse I had to endure. A PlayStation 2 game with a random hooded motherfucker in the background on the cover changed my taste in music permanently, and I would not change a single thing about it.